All right, students, a very good morning. Let's start with today's topic that we have been studying since our last 2-3 classes. The topic of today is metals and non-metals. Okay, and in this particular class, we will discuss how metal would react with non-metal. Okay, so this is the topic on which we will see how a metal is getting reacted with non-metal except then other elements. Okay, so let's see what would happen and what are the basic needs, or we can say basic conditions for reacting a metal with non-metal. Okay, let's begin. See, this topic I have been started in my previous class already, and let me finish this topic. Whenever I'm talking about metal or non-metal, what's happening over there? Any kind of element, any kind of element want to attain, want to attain the stability, or I would like to say the noble gas configuration. All right. Now the point here arises, what do you mean by the stability or the noble gas configuration? Let me explain this topic in little bit detail. Whenever we're going to move with the topic about the stability, what's actually happening over there? We have seen that there are some noble gases like neon, argon, krypton, and many more. Okay, so first of all, we would see how many electrons are present in their electronic shell. Okay, this was the topic which I have already discussed in yesterday's class, that how the electrons have been arranged in the form of shells, or we can say subshell like KLMN. This was something which I have told in this way, that suppose this is a nucleus and there are subshells around it named K, L, M, N, and so on, in which electrons are keeping moved. Okay, electrons are getting moved over there again and again. So what's happening actually over? Some elements, gases, the most stable, they're not. So what is the reason behind the stability? Reason behind the stability is their electronic configuration, or I would like to say the reason behind the stability is complete filling of electrons. Complete filling of electrons. Let's see. If I'm talking about neon, it has Z equals to 10. What is Z over here? Z is my atomic number. है ना? Okay. And I have told you in yesterday's class that atomic number means it has the same number of electrons. So if I'm talking that my element has only 8 atomic number, that means there are 8 number of electrons in that particular element. All right. So if I'm talking about my neon, it shows that atomic number is equal to 10. That means the number of electrons present over there is equals to 10. That is my first point. Now let's start. See, this was the concept I told you yesterday, that each K, L, M, and N shell can be filled by 2, 8, 8, 18 electrons. That means 2 electrons have been filled in K subshell, 8 in L, 8 in M, and 18 in N. Okay, this rule which explains that how many electrons are present over there, this has been studied by experimentally, and we can say with the deep scientific research. Okay, so the 288 electron, this topic you would see in your higher classes like as 11th or 12th, in which you would see the topic of filling of electrons. So until now, you just keep to remember that K must have only 2 electrons, L and M have maximum 8 electrons. That means this is their capability. This is their, we can say, maximum capability that they can attain these type of electrons. Okay, so let's start with neon. The K has 2, L has 8. That means it is completely filled. If I'm talking about argon, the Z equals to 18. That means 2, 8, 8. Same as it is if I'm going to krypton, it has 2, 8, 8, 18. So what you have observed till now, my noble gases have the complete filled subshell. they have the complete filled subshell. That means they can attain the maximum number of electrons. This is called noble gas configuration, or we can say, since their subshells are completely filled, that's why they're the most stable in nature. I hope I'm clear about this point. I have just said that since they have the maximum number of electrons, or we can say their subshells are completely filled, only then we can say these noble gases are the most stable elements. All right. So let's move to our next topic. How non-metal react on the, okay. I hope you have got the point. Why did I need to explain the noble gas configuration? Let's see how. First of all, I would take example of any metal like sodium, and I'm taking an example of a non-metal, that is chlorine. Okay. The atomic number of sodium is 11. The atomic number of chlorine is 7. Okay. All right. तो सबसे first point मेरा जो यहाँ पे arise होता है, if the atomic number is given, that means the number of electrons are also given. That means I want to say if there are 11 atomic number, that means there are 11 electrons present in that particular atom. So if this is K, L, M, N subshell, the sodium would represent 2, 8 and 1. Why? Because 2 electron in K वो इससे ज्यादा attain ही नहीं कर सकता. Same as it is, my L can have only the 8 electrons maximum. Okay, so the next electron would go on with the next subshell. That means it would enter into my H subshell. Okay, this is my first point I wanted to explain. Now, see, but my topic is reaction of metal with non-metal. I know this topic is quite new for you, or iska jo standard hai, that is little bit high. Okay, but please let me please just try to memorize, because we have to remember 2 to 3 concepts. The very first concept is any kind of element that wants to gain stability. First point, कोई भी एलिमेंट है वो स्टेबिलिटी लेना चाहता है. ये सिर्फ एलिमेंट का नहीं, ये किसी भी चीज का नेचर है इस पूरे वर्ल्ड में, इस पूरे यूनिवर्स में. ओके, सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट पॉइंट कि इफ देयर इज एनी काइंड ऑफ एलिमेंट दैट वांट्स टू गेन द, सेकंड टू से एलिमेंट्स ने अपनी स्टेबिलिटी का एक क्राइटेरिया सेट कर रखा है. each kind of thing in this universe has their own criteria of stability. This is right. So same as it is, my elements have attained the stability criteria. According to them, the elements are stable. Elements are stable only if they have completely filled subshells. This is the second point. That was the first point. This is the second point. तो अभी तक हमें सिर्फ इतना पता चला है कि कोई भी जो एलिमेंट है, he wants to gain the maximum stability, and वो stable कब होगा? If it would accept, or I would say, if it has the maximum number of electrons, or we can say if it has the completely filled subshell. I hope मैं यहाँ तक clear हूँ. Now the point here arises, what do you mean by subshell? Subshell क्या है और हम उसको कैसे define कर सकते हैं? See, बच्चे, this is the concept you would see in your 10th, 11th, 12th class. This is a little bit higher topic, but I hope you have seen somewhat about this topic in 8th class. Okay, so I just want to explain you a little small diagram that every kind of element has nucleus, electron, proton, and neutron. Okay, each nucleus has, each atom has 3 type of things: a positive charge nucleus and electron, proton. Okay, but the point here is कि हमें जो आज डील करना है, हमें सिर्फ और सिर्फ number of electrons से डील करना है. Okay, so I want to explain you. Suppose this is my nucleus and there are some circular paths around it. These circular paths are known to be subshell. These circular paths are known to be subshell. ओके और ऐसा माना गया है दिस इज समवट लाइक मॉडल ऑफ आवर सोलर सिस्टम. ओके suppose this nucleus is as sun and these are the path in which our planet are moving. Like ये हमारा सन है, यहाँ पे अर्थ मूव कर रही है, यहाँ पे जुपिटर, वीनस, मरकरी एंड सो ऑन. सेम एज इट इज हमारे जो एटम है वो भी सेम पैटर्न फॉलो करते हैं. दिस इज माय न्यूक्लियस एंड अराउंड इट देयर आर इलेक्ट्रॉन्स मूविंग इन द सर्कुलर पाथ. Am I clear? Now, if in my path, if electrons are moving, these circular paths are named as KLM. हमने इन पाथ को नाम दिया है KLM, जिनको हम सबशेल भी बोलते हैं और जिनको हम सर्कुलर ऑर्बिट भी बोलते हैं. Okay, so this was the second, or this was the third point. Now, the point here is each subshell has its own limitation. हर एक सबशेल की अपनी एक लिमिटेशन है कि इसके पास इतने ही नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स मैक्सिमम जा सकते हैं. इफ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट के सबशेल, इट कैन ओनली फिल द 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स मैक्सिमम. थर्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन उसके अंदर एंटर कर ही नहीं सकता. दैट इज द फर्स्ट केस. सेम एज इट इज इफ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट एल एंड एम, दे कैन अटेन 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. 9th इलेक्ट्रॉन को अडॉप्ट करने की उसके पास एबिलिटी ही नहीं है, उसके पास इतनी पावर ही नहीं है कि वो नया इलेक्ट्रॉन खुद में ऐड करा सके. आई एम क्लियर विद दिस पॉइंट? सो द पॉइंट हियर इज, if I'm taking example of some noble gases like neon, argon, krypton, हमें पता है कि हमें उनका एटॉमिक नंबर पहले से प्रोवाइडेड किया गया है. यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस एटॉमिक नंबर, द फर्स्ट पॉइंट. एंड सेकेंड पॉइंट, हमें ये पता है बात पहले से कि जितना एटॉमिक नंबर होता है उतने ही नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं. सो इफ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट माय Z इक्वल्स टू 10, दैट मीन्स नियोन का एटॉमिक नंबर अगर 10 है, दैट मीन्स हमें 10 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को इन अलग अलग सबशेल में फिट करना है, इन अलग अलग सबशेल में अरेंज करना है. Suppose I'm talking about my neon, it has maximum 10 electrons. हमने अभी स्टडी किया था that KLM, these have only 2, 8 maximum electron attaining ability. All right. So the first point is, if I'm talking about K, it gains only 2 electron, and L would attain the 8 electron. Same as it is if I'm talking by argon, 2 and 8, it has become 10. If I am talking about argon, 2 plus 8 plus 8, it has become 18. Okay, so according to the mass number, हमें यहाँ पे ये atomic number, हमें अपने electrons को इन subshell में fill करना है. Clear? Now this was it. If I'm talking about another example that would be little higher, let's drop that idea. We have just focused up to 18, that is neon and argon. तो अभी तक हमने क्या क्या सीखा? हर एक एलिमेंट इट वांट टू गेन स्टेबिलिटी, और स्टेबिलिटी का मतलब क्या है? देयर सबशेल हैव कंप्लीटली फिल्ड कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, यानी उनके अंदर मैक्सिमम इतने इलेक्ट्रॉन होने चाहिए. ओनली देन दे आर नोन टू बी स्टेबल. दीज आर 2 पॉइंट्स. यहाँ तक आई होप क्लियर है. नाउ दिस वाज इट. दिस वाज जस्ट अ आइडिया टू गो ऑन फ्रॉम द टॉपिक रिएक्शन ऑफ मेटल विद नॉन मेटल, हाउ अ मेटल विद नॉन मेटल इज गेटिंग अटैच्ड. ओके, so this was just a basic idea जो हमें इस टॉपिक की तरफ लेके जाएगा. I hope I'm clear. Now I'm gonna rub this topic. If there is still any doubt, you may ask me. Okay. So this was it. Now let's move to our examples. We have taken 2 examples because our topic is how the metal is getting attached with non-metal. So if I'm talking about the metal, we have taken example of sodium, and a non-metal we have taken example of chlorine. Okay, now the sodium has Z equals to 11, तो हमें 11 electrons को इन सबशेल के अंदर फिल करना है. These are known to be K, L, M. तो सबसे पहले if I'm talking about K, it has the maximum stability to gain only 2 electrons. ये हमने अभी स्टडी किया है. 2, 8, 8. This is a rule, बच्चे. This is a golden rule that you have to keep memorized. Okay. Same as it is, 2 electrons हो गए हैं. We are left with 9 electrons. So I'm going to fill up 8 electrons in L and 1 electron in M subshell. This was it. This was the point we have studied. Now, this was the example of sodium metal, same as it is. Since I am getting attach it with non-metal, I would take example of chlorine. क्लोरीन का एग्जाम्पल है मेरे पास Z equals to 70. सेम एज इट इज जैसे हमने अपने KLM सबशेल्स में इलेक्ट्रॉन को फिल किया था, आई एम गोइंग टू फिल माय इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इन KLM सबशेल फॉर क्लोरीन. सो 2 8 टोटल 10 हो गए. वी आर लेफ्ट विद 7 दैट वुड बी इजीली अटेन्ड बाय M सबशेल, क्योंकि M के पास एबिलिटी है कि वो मैक्सिमम 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को फिल कर सकता है. This was the next point. This is the rule. How can we attach metal and non-metal? Okay. So this was it. यहाँ तक अगर समझ में आ गया, then this is the basic foundation. Now let's move. All right. Now the point here is, अभी मैंने आपको बताया था that every element wants to gain stability. और स्टेबिलिटी कब होगी? जब वो नोबल गैस कॉन्फ़िगरेशन अचीव कर ले. फर्स्ट पॉइंट. या फिर मैं ऐसे बोल सकती हूँ, इफ देयर इज मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इन ईच सबशेल, यानी हर एक सबशेल जो है वो कंप्लीटली फिल्ड अप हो. ओके, सो इफ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट सोडियम, इट हैज 1 एक्स्ट्रा इलेक्ट्रॉन, और वी कैन से इसके पास 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स की कमी है इस एरिया में जाने की. मेरे पास दो पॉसिबिलिटी है, या तो वो अपना एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को लूज कर दे और 2 और 8 तक रह जाए, जो कि हमारा स्टेबल है, या फिर वो 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को गेन कर ले और इस कॉन्फ़िगरेशन में चला जाए. नाउ द क्वेश्चन हियर अराइजेस, बच्चे, एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को लूज करना इजी है या 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को गेन करना ज्यादा इजी है? एंड डेफिनेटली द आंसर इज इट कैन इजीली लूज 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन रेदर देन गेनिंग 7 मोर इलेक्ट्रॉन, क्योंकि उसमें बहुत ज्यादा एनर्जी प्रोवाइड करानी पड़ेगी हमें. ऑलराइट, so it can easily lose 1 electrons. Now same as it is, if I'm talking about chlorine, it has 2 8 and 7 configuration. That means इसके पास एबिलिटी है कि ये एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को गेन करके इस कॉन्फ़िगरेशन में चला जाए. ठीक है, सेम एज इट इज. सेकंड पॉसिबिलिटी क्या है कि 7 के 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को वो लूज कर दे, but that's not possible, that's very difficult. So it wants to gain 1 electron and it wants to lose 1 electron. ये एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को रिलीज करना चाहता है, ये एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को गेन करना चाहता है. Okay, so from this point we have concluded what would happen if we just get attached our sodium and chlorine. Why? क्योंकि सोडियम के पास एक इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्स्ट्रा है, ये लूज कर देगा. सेम एज इट इज, क्लोरीन के पास एक इलेक्ट्रॉन कम है, वो गेन कर लेगा. तो इसका काम भी चल जाएगा और इसका काम भी चल जाएगा. बोथ वुड बी कंप्लीटली स्टेबल. ओके, सो फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट वी आर गोइंग टू लीड आवर नेक्स्ट टॉपिक, दैट इज would release an electron in the form of this. That means releasing 1 electron. और जब इसने एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को रिलीज कर दिया, right now there was 2 8 and 1 electron, now it has only 2 and 8 electrons. Since it has released 1 electron, that means इसके पास एक इलेक्ट्रॉन की कमी हो गई. इसने एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को रिलीज कर दिया, लूज कर दिया. So since it has lose 1 electron, there would be a charge of positive charge. यहाँ पर जो चार्ज होगा that would be of positive charge, and this is known to be cation. That means any kind of ion with positive charge, that is known to be cation. This is its name, nothing else. सिर्फ इसका नाम है कि कोई भी एटम जिसके ऊपर एक पॉजिटिव चार्ज है उसको हम cation बोलते हैं. Same as it is, if I'm talking about chlorine, there were 2 8 and 7 electrons, and it would gain 1 electron and it would become negative charge, 2 8 8. Why is it so? Because now it has 1 extra electron, it has abundance of electron, so that's why there is a negative charge, और हम उसे नाम देते हैं anion का. That means positive charge is known to be cation, negative charge is known to be anion. Am I clear till now? I hope I'm clear till now. If there is still doubt, let me know within 5 to 7 minutes. The topic is just going to finish. Okay, now we have seen the possibility. Now what would happen? I'm gonna rub this. Okay. All right. So now what's happening? My sodium, this is known to be electron dot structure. Now I am just going to the extra electron, sodium, and this dot represents one electron. Same as it is if I'm talking by my chlorine, there are total 7 extra electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just to differentiate the both, I have represented the electron of sodium with dot, whereas the electron of chlorine by cross. ओके सिर्फ उनको डिफरेंशिएट करने के लिए मैंने ऐसा किया है. एज सच कोई हार्ड एंड फास्ट रूल नहीं है कि हमें इलेक्ट्रॉन को डॉट में रिप्रेजेंट करना है या क्रॉस में रिप्रेजेंट करना है. ओके सो इट इज गोइंग टू रिलीज दिस इलेक्ट्रॉन टू द क्लोरीन. ये अपना इलेक्ट्रॉन सोडियम को डोनेट कर रहा है और क्लोरीन उस इलेक्ट्रॉन को गेन कर रहा है. सो I have already told you, since it has lose one electron, it has become now Na positive, and this chlorine has gained the electron. This has now become Cl negative. This is how my metal and non-metal gets attached to each other. In this way, metal and non-metal get fixed to each other. Now the point here is, since it has positive charge and it has negative charge, they are opposite charge. And I hope you have remembered in 8th class, I think in physics class, you must have remembered about the ions and about the opposite charge, that opposite charge attract each other. जो opposite charge होते हैं वो एक दूसरे को attract करते हैं, जबकि same charge they just repel each other. You know that very well. Class you have heard this topic. They have opposite would keep attracting, and there would be friction, and in this way sodium chloride would maintain. और हम बोल सकते हैं कि सोडियम क्लोराइड जो है वो सुपर हार्ड है. सुपर हार्ड क्यों है? क्योंकि इसके बीच में जो इंटरमोलिकुलर फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन है वो बहुत ज्यादा है. क्यों? क्योंकि दोनों केस में हमारे पास डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ आयंस हैं. वी हैव बोथ अपोजिट आयंस, सो दे जस्ट कीप अट्रैक्टिंग ईच अदर, एंड इफ दे वुड अट्रैक्ट ईच अदर they would be super stable and super hard like a sodium. Okay, so this is how my sodium and chlorine gets attached to each other. यानी इस टॉपिक में हमने स्टडी किया कि हमारे मेटल और नॉन मेटल के बीच में किस टाइप की बॉन्डिंग होती है. आई होप आई एम क्लियर विद दिस टॉपिक राइट नाउ. So this was the topic which I have shown with sodium chloride. Same as it is, we can take example of another compounds like magnesium chloride, where magnesium is a metal, chlorine is a non-metal. Okay, but first of all, I just want to show you any kind of example. Okay, let's see of magnesium only. So बच्चे, right now I have just explained with the help of example sodium and chlorine. Now I'm going to show you the example of magnesium chloride, MgCl2. Okay, one more thing, if you're getting confused with the term reaction, I would just replace it with the term bonding of metal with non-metal, because this is what we are going to study. Okay, now we're just going to take another example, magnesium and chlorine. Chlorine, I already told you, Z equals to 17. We have to just remember this golden rule, KLM 287, because M can attain only 8 maximum. Now the magnesium has 12. That means 2, 8, 2. Now same as it is, magnesium, like we have taken the example of sodium, it would release its 2 electron, and the chlorine, it would attain the electron. The same process like we have done in sodium chloride. Okay, so magnesium would release 2 electron, and make Mg2 positive, 282, we would get only 28. Same as it is chlorine, and it would attain 1 electron and it would make Cl negative, that is 287, it has become 288. Now the point is, he wants to release 2 electrons, but one chlorine can only gain a single electron. So there is a little bit confusion. How this? We have a very simple concept that same has 2 more electrons and chlorine can only gain one single electron. So magnesium would react with 2 different chlorines. Why is it so? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So now it has one deficiency of electron. There is one reduction of electron, and magnesium has 2 extra electrons. So it would donate 1 electron to one chlorine and it would donate to another chlorine, and it would make Mg2 positive Cl2. This is my final structure where Mg2 positive and 2 Cl negative have been attached. Okay, so this is the way how the metal and non-metal are getting bonded with each other. All right. So this is way I just wanted to show you that there is magnesium with 2 positive charge, and chlorine, there are 2 chlorine with 1 extra electron, and we would get MgCl. Okay. So this was all I wanted to explain to you with the topic of bonding with metal and non-metal. Now let me know if there is any kind of doubt or query in this topic.